Mamu. Say to go to Kuran Babiku for more, Nabia, Asantamai, a bay into all mamma yet. It is over Kaya. This and say, now or tattoo you be say in Ethiopia. In Ethiopia. And see, another Danko Kufado, a baye. You show one gas of Krum a Buakwa. Young shed the bull ruda, a costume, young fan free Bakwa ran about. And may so full lie. Now young shed a choir, Bakwa ran about, so full lie, young shed the Omoya no a biako. Obetra, that's a Ofa, a Buakwa, Odu ni a tre, a Yesuya Paswa, young shed the Aye. Aye, Casuya, that's a Cambona. Yen him say, Wamunina, Omakaya, Omaka Santa Marco. Na Oko, Dakosha, Quaya Hodua, Moyan or Hoso, Nano Day Airport, Nanado Danko Kufado, or the after Mamuda, will be a na Oba Beshe a halfo, a Yamia Minia, who such a Hoso, who say, acquire me a business to you. Oba me a member free will come quasi. Now, some is me baby am to be cool. Oba Daba has a free at Tosu. A year titru any brewery a home now they call a year. Ube Hula Juma Moye. Na ye a hinsign bones you model. Or in about say I be as a more theatre on a more corner a year bridges that Hodwa. I don't know if I go inside or retaining walls in Suno any idea you'll be shocked and surprised. And see, none of them come to Padwaya there. And see, Asantimamu, quite idea over far or was quite so. Maybe there no idea, no mechanic. First, now about the fire is there as a Renuha. Now, we are not to finish that and follow. No more the boy, papa. And also, Omatimia, I get a fine way into a quite dear. You go swa, the Nadu Danko Kufadu, by ye pa. The son said, at Santimamu, then they are two about ye, I am a BPR, ye pa. They to the boom, and just see ye the cry, the Nakufadu, I had there. We say free airport to ya, we see, what the opposite who be. Difference between MPP and NDC, I airport, We share kitchen airport to Mahama Sea, now the international airport to another Danko Kufadu Sea, at the Amat and the Mamua. Who born near Nidia? Santa May, Abaya 2 years, ye so, and near dear. A year, Uko Jomusua, phase 2, a court near Kokosha, you don't Mpuntu ahodoa ekoswo G yebehunu hospitals eko planting for food and job na bia kura akufu ado ya de pa yedum so obeyi yefiri mu wa ya de ye enti na no dey se ya de se minua deputy finance minister John Kuma me aka sameba se what the about the face book war Sebankara Sasia Ayadopre Asasi gidi pa Sabankray a day for Anna the buyer Lemum Sabis Uduwa Nipa will be the one here. I know and I ask them and see and this is for you a day for free order and this is for every day if you watch it or my and another Danko Kufado. Asantemai, and ye no yet ye got twa at the cockatoo and Dimono. And I went to so a year at the Amat and Timama Santemai who stay ye. Then you don't quite over has you. Railway no so much as ye para. Railway no. So, yes, I see a pa. Na Asanteman from Paye. And then Fantai Nanado Danko Kufado ni MPP achi. Aya swame interchange any idea no. Nano da Yura, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ye no. As a chairman, Adia Metimaye Yanse from now. Say they were got to a bania in a medida a president and a vice president, medida omopom. Now yet me to Duma Adiaba. A yes, one made the end of the idea more proof. But now no obaye, you rabba will be a baye. A giant done from any idea, a idea. I share another grandpa Babacango and that's a beautiful Babacango. It be a gusua. Yane Omoka. Say you bet me a boy, a mass antimatic pardon to my pepra. Eti Menkasama Yempre, Nemum, Yamon Paye, and Mumun and Faman and another Darko Kufado. The minimum say from now to 2024. Yes, Sabakabi. Now, 2025, normally breaking the 8, and also Yadia, Minim Coin Biasono, a Yadia MPP. Yabaye, a Juma, because baby, our holding will be a no home, and I was a Wontumi yet, and near my be and Yabaye, Ama, what me, they perceive who say, Nanam Danko Kufado, as soon as me, I was Antimamo Pansua. Young friend, a cabinet ministers. And we 13 to 15, Ashanti region no mufre. And the part 28, other cabinet ministers. It's not just social more. Asante man ihadea. Na nadu dan kwa kufado ni MPP nyina na koma wo ho. Yehwe CEO sahodo deputy ministers sahodo board chairman ahodo e wa Asante man mu a. Ana na kufado de aban na hye omonsa. Mudehunu ni ye se ayadea Nana Kufado aban no ni edi ni ye. So mbakaya NDC abaye no yewura Atamas oma enipa baako minister na ye oteaje. Yeah. Ayibaye no krobeyi no Mahama baye obeyi no. Enti asate with the minister. Sabubakaya. Even regional minister could be a DB. I compose actually no and we are omuti at the buyer. But we share a Kufadwa and this for our papa normal minister PR ministerial appointment to Ashanti region. Now had the elephant size appointment na Kufadwa they are Ashanti. Let's just say yes akukwa obe woni no ono na we abebesre. Eti Nana Kufado empaibo ana yembo emfama no se ubetimi aboaye. Right. Eti ayasida.
Yabebo mpaye amano ne nya ne ma kese na German adiaba kwa na Ghana for party for bi kwa bodo ha ni ma no se aswafo no omo ye adwuma pa nanso so no yesi ezu cheto ma ehwa etinka wemfiri ha na wemkwa wemra ha na we abehye ha yeta kana brofokazem se reshuffle nanso no yakwa se de mampani eka no radio enya dia yebehunu ni sa ana
yo de ka no heba ayemme as a regional chairman me hu niema te se regional chairman ana wososo as a journalist who niema na sauti and some to say journalist na ye president there who niema ate and some at the president sir ye bakaya na no da ye call ye na ekoto aba our 2020 elections MPP ye 138 and NDC for ye 137 and our parliament abra yewura Akufo-Addo or ye appointment na was the Electoral Parliament na omoko na NDC for aka hubi ene ayifo nyina na ye clear wo no ye nyina ehu die sie ade sie de say esansa MPP for no so party no edu so do kra no na NDC for se da bi omo improve aye nipa bi ama omo konkoye omadwuma woso omo ye wo krom ha Anna NDC force fix the country. Omuka and Nana Akufo-Addo say, you better fixing of the country. Say you bit my bonkra. Say you bit my interchanges. I would war our Santimamu, you better acquaint, you better planting for food and jobs. One district, one factory. You better amana koso agada wanwanwa ye beye ama Ghana for hunu ya fa manfo adwuma amana koso na nakufado ye no say emputu ntime mma awabra na enye to ene ye de ba enunti ye di e-levy ba ohene ba abra ye di e-levy ne ba ye say kim na o man bia no betumpon a na ye to and the free 1992 ebe pem na no aban bia wo so bia president no una we ye budget na wo di akom na shebe jofie mu na o ma prove am wako eduru wakufu adonko aso ye no parliament for yi say anya bia ha o mbe prove na o man NDC for somu and the speaker of parliament o ma somu ba 4 to 5 months because of e-levy bibia enko so bakaya ayeye wura ofuswampofo onisa major people be ka say omode kwaya ombeka so a ombema yawo aba Ghana ombema tete aba Ghana eno na omo so na sa Ghana fo nya tete na so omo bread ya no de say yakọ na so omo kwakoye campaign pa ombetuma nya bibi akafa MPP ho ebuti omo nya niema basabasa say ye betimi ama Ghana fo na di yawo eno ne ade a NDC for no ehwehwe enti na no dey na yewura Mose ene na wo ho na yewura Mose abra wo ho no ne Aaron edim friend say Aaron ana Mariam wo ho enti abra Mose ekoye na okoye no kokko eware ye no oware ye pe ena Aaron ene Mariam ti uni wo kwan say wo so ware uni wo kwan say obeka say wonya reshuffle bio uni wo kwan say woni wonya adwi bia say obeye reshuffle enti abra o kan side eno pepe no ade esi ya ne pe afedie Aaron ene Mariam omatikwa paisi ya pom enti abra esi ya no ana Mose ene Yankopon kataye. Now the point I'm trying to say is say Onyankopon only leader and a kasa. Onyankopon any nipa odi kan. Onyankopon only the president of Ghana and a kasa. Onyankopon only NDC for kasa. Only Nana Danko Akufo-Addo and a kasa. What I say? John Mahama Babaka say Senkabeya kura no a aka yako IMF kura na nkanya hwe na Akufo-Addo abuvu to IMF no pe o say hey afedi yemtre what I say enti so hwe akwanya a free 2020 no akwanya COVID fa so de baaye akwanya Russia the Ukraine war aba affecting COVID baaye womo akwakoto usay ye niema bebre kura no ye to free China na ye de ba womo koto niema nyina no se omatu China mu a omumie gate a ye ntimi kura enko ne akwakoto niema de aba airport kura ne atu port ne atu COVID yi baaye enti niema mo ye den hwa sesi ameno kasai na Danko Akufo-Addo never happened before wahene ba yenwu president bia bosumi bia no say mentra Jubilee House na media me ba krono a region na wo ho no na maba na me ba regional minister and regional chairman omu famen ko ba bia den na omu samen samua den na minyi wo ma no it never happened before it never since from 1957 never permanent Akufo-Addo be president my Ashanti region kurano waba Ashanti region more than 80 times and Akufo-Addo aba Ashanti region say you obetimi ehunu enema ekoso me say DC bi anka bibi anfa nkyere no say regional chairman bi anka bibi ankyere no say regional minister bi anasa minister bi anka bibi ankyere no a ono anka setu anamo abahemfo ho aba amanfo ho aba betie enema ekoso. This is the kind of the president we have. President oba ye no na ka da wo ho That's why black COVID the buyer was lose your qua. Electricity move for the qua. Unemployment graduate now was say I just say and I'm a person with them about name me creating up called the amamo. Say I bet brother should be at the amamo. This is the kind of the president we have. And to say I hear president they cast say see dear me yeah ti on cast on you or say see dear me yeah my just set me reservoir. Yam pay yam famano. Say, Adia Yashano, and Yadia Yashano say, Sabe, Yabaka change Ashanti regional minister. And yet the Yashano say, Yabaka change Ayanapo. And yet the Yashano say, Yabaka change majority leader. And yet the Yashano say, Yabaka change Ubi. Adia Santima Shusha Ayabonkra. Adia Santima Shusha Aya Swami interchange. Adia Santima Shusha. Aya yakwan ade asanteman ahwehwe ane say ye betime nya adwuma anti emponto a asanteman ahwehwe no yenwusu ne yebompa ye emfamma na nado da kwakufu ado hwe ohene ba sa obakaya on sa bra Ukraine ne Russia war ne ba no on so many the first person me baka ho asem say ye mo ho paye sanye sai be affect ye
yeah
okay.
Yeah,
me back now, not some of NDC people, not some of the political lecturers, scientists, near the end, no moon here. What I say, it's maybe straight any idea, you know. But American president and also Chinese president and also Obiane Kasa, Okotu Sansamui, including the president of Ghana. Obiane Kasa, Okoti. I'm going to say another thing. You best a Christopher Omuwa Ghana, Catholic bishops, Methodists, Pentecost. Me I guess me near Kofi Amponsa, Odinfo Kofi Amponsa, and Oyami Wontumi no, and Yamia software, one Ghana, I say, you know, Reverend also the bar software. Omo Ghana omo pompa ya Onyankopon tie ya besra omo se no yensa mompa ya bio se ya Onyankopon se dia China and Taiwan dia yiye ano because the sanctions e kura de bekoso a Taiwan ya ba bia Ghana for ya kokofa de ma ewiase nyina kokofa de ma ya ko China so kokofa de ma eti yampa yesa adia Russia and Ukraine asie no ebi susu ko China and eye Taiwan susu entemu ebasa emaja onu doso hwa meba oye woto petrol our land na to 20 pound it be taking 1 week so see am no kasai I just saw 80 pounds. 80 pounds. I saw that you have to know 1 week. And this is what I say. I brought that. Make a trauma. What way I near the no. I know about say I dear said maybe a free next week. And I will fret. I brought that. And I will say if you are to say the next year, say the next year. We will say I brought that. You did more as in Ghana. It is a year. That's like Bibisa see China. Now a Christopher Mompire more thing. I'm not China and Taiwan there. I'll stop it immediately. From now to December. A mobile day, papa. It is also a family for some. Ebe to president so adie bi abebe bi asakufa do ya de ya obi enko what I say no bi ase se ya yipa and dollar no ya you but dollar na ya kan wasem it's affected the Russia Ukraine war because anybody intimi konkota de and odi aba what I say it is a China and so any Taiwan so ba be here by Bob okay. So yeah, it may affect it because now we are living in the global world. Global world, and they say Ade bi e beto o man bia no e bitu ye.
Yeah.
Ebi kan ye. Yetimi ka say yam fa ani ade. Enu ti ana me dey for fit kase so. Ade akọ Ghana nyina ne wiase afa na nyina. Wo fi dey kura de. Me catchy na India for ejremu ewo mo kasemu na abo ejremu ewo mo kasemu what you say ofi dey no too powerful what you say etimi ka de twi na me nim say e ko wiase afa na nyina say Ghana ni bia no I was see a bumpaye
right
say e betimi amana na do dan kwakufu ado na niema o kan ye ne niema o ye yi no ewiase aye de na so na do dan kwakufu ado obetimi aye de wo so ye because o see aye asase pese so metimi amansu ababeda ho enti wo mu se o man no aye den na mo ye de mpabo kai na kwakufu ado achi ade bi ehwehwe bia no na beba enti nya resafo de yenya mana na do dan kwakufu ado eduru so a obeye no Yankopon ne na do dan kwakufu ado ele kasa o kasa so a sa papa yi no sa president o ye nipa oti asempa obeye no de amaye nyina enti ye beda obi ase Yankopon chire obi amisia santeman eye that ye dey ye ne general secretary Yewura Justin Kodua ye ba eye central mosque
okay
na oba na ya beda Yankopon ase na the question da so yakwakoda Yankopon ase na ye Saturday and the first regional council meeting
okay
eba beye ewo Asante Mantemu na ya saba bedwendwen entuntubuma sonko Asante Mamu ye here say what's ni nyina na eba do Saturday and ye babeye ni abadwe Asante Man ho ewo Asante party ni nyina ho ntimi da wo bibi ase
chairman meso medase o mani nyina so mo chiawo youth organizers no Razak ne Bright no mobia so chiawo
hey you almost Bright Razak one hey omoya jumo Asante legend Yankopon stramo youth mo bo mo homoden why Samia kasa me ba so aye rap for safo so me tia wo no so Yankopon stramo nyina me da
thank you chairman Wontumi and no so that is that on the rest safo Sama mampeni ekokai no aso any foko ewa hanam quickly the bureaucrat and some that person yankwan na iwe yaka to aso
aneba obi abedi in the chairman position here there
you're live patron and Kenya bad cry mom prepare later madam from command right
okay nti na chese ne wasamanye
Yanko.
Diaba mama ayarga yeso support Ghana kada de be ye de beto aba yisi aka wasem ase we de enim se party no baka se waye deviant to said dear new. I said near party this the Belfort Bizo Wumpe. What just say ya pa? Yamfa Ghana card and to. And want some oh yes say abani ababontina. I say share or Messi Casam to yes for finance ministry no. And ababontin to win one more trade to just say ababontin ababa reply S&P for the rating now no ana delegate the worker tenim Ghana Revenue Authority GRA yes see woman intercepted smuggle prepaid meters bi na enya anonko anba sadia we ehu videos so pa o ma kwa ke be yi kakra
Mode Montoso.
Enti na delegate the workata nensema ode abana no pay no.
Eni ayanfa daily statement nso entwa so na yanhwe de anopay wono so ede ba ye. Na daily statement do bokrata ne krata fe to so miensa na Minerals Commission egusua ekasei wo mo chese nkrofo magistrate ne nkwa enanse ne bia mu eno so eda soro ho pe
Minerals Commission
ai ena ekasasa ena krata fe to so nsia no a MPP amayoko nso ena Yera Haruna Iseku Nyankopon wanfa ne kra ensi eye pa yesiso obi wu na senedin ne bekosoa edin hia atiasefo ena be ma ne din no ayesa MPP amayoko ena gusua ne papa ya no pay ehun sam so daily statement edibi aba enkoma aba na me so mu
mamene Oro Jonathan Asante Otri, a senior lecturer at University of Cape Coast meneno eni enkomo amra abani ma chen wapom ye de
Minia ayamba majeso mes mapumi amiado.
Say thank you for your time too. Eddie Kai, were you in support or against the calls for a possible reshuffle?
I am for the possible reshuffle. And reshuffle na me call for no. Enye a surgical reshuffle.
By surgical reshuffle, what do you mean?
You say bia ukwa yi ade ba ku bia bia ulong bi na touch mana. Ye bibie from keke. Here a whole reshuffle.
An overhaul, Anna.
An overhaul, a total overhaul. A total overhaul. Because the direction of the country and a Niyama Esisino. And it's not only the Pabako and Kanwansan. No be even from within the party itself.
Now, listen to the president yesterday. It suggests any many yardie unyan taking that decision or nya najones. What is your reaction?
Well, Minia, I think about said the president is not in charge. The other thing too is that the president is by that action or decision telling us and near course no where then what jitum a year. Say CIS cement board 68 cities. Who take you over na cement board at the same? You take you over na cement board at the same. Say no you take it over. Fuel none about to say. Say about to say. Into for complaining. And you see, may come out somewhere. Share on penny person try and say a debt to GDP ratio do over 80-something%. A year, finance minister about now. They have performed creditably. Share the city to the dollar and a good afford and ra and when it Omanu dem some demonstration. As I say, a good minuma. And by implication, is Emma and Yaman boy at dinner.
Sure.
My president say the finance minister, the governor of Bank of Ghana, the chairman of the economic management team, Omama Modi, Omontanaho. Oman penny person actually say inflation 40-year high. The Bank of Ghana governor, why are they Ontanaho? The finance minister, the chairman of the economic management team, vice president, Omontinaho. Intino, Onukwano, who's on Moya Dio. The Ghana for now, we are the recipient of policies, in 1 year. Intino, I'm saying, yeah, complain, then you complain. Oman penny person, say, majority leader, Anke Yashino. Yet to any body a pattern with the Hanyamanu Chronoba, I was ramming. The stronghold of the party is telling us, say, the road minister has done so well on Tinaho. Oman penny declared 2 years of roads, year of roads, 2 solid years. And so, majority leader, somebody who leads government business in parliament, yes, check other places as well. Oman leadership. This is the first time in the Fourth Republic. Ashanti region in Mebunu, Asante Mebunu. A press conference, different press conferences. And the tier MPs. Obaka Nansia de Ekrampon, Omka 47 MPs, a party who done, a new hobby. Sadianum and Kanam is a party, it is no longer going to be the case. That is a bad omen for the future of the party. There is no way you can break the eight when you go on that tangent and you're not listening to them. You will fall. Mark it on the wall. Because the current leadership of the party is something that the grassroots don't want. And they will ensure they bring them back to come and learn the process once again. And that is what I promise you they will do. Oman Penny person try and say, for the first time in the Fourth Republic, 4 teacher unions, and talk and say you are in a Nagrat Echo strike because of personal issue. The next time be a NAT or more issues be a tier 2, tier 3, those things. But for cost of living allowance, no go for one. 4 on the same platform, didn't see that. Other TUC in that account, we check a list of people that government had to meet in the name of cost of living. And the president is telling us, say, the Labor and Employment Relations Minister, is performed creditably. The president is telling us that the Greek minister, in your boy dinner, ordinary fufu kwa choba kokoshe, ube free one neck cow, why the wabo. Opposite say, Niana boy dinner, planting for food and jobs, I am spending over 600 million a year. Now, ordinary food. And yes, Ghana Statistical Service. In the inflation calculation, food inflation alone, hold around 40% or so. Obakaya, as at today, the inflation was almost 30%. And the food inflation, it means that people are spending so much on food because it is costly. It is very costly. Me, Juno rice, and no, there be an example. The turn on between 32 and 35, depending upon the shop or in 2016. And then 80 cities at all needs. 76 at Bojo shops. What you are saying? And to know all these things, the president is telling us to say, Alan Chamanti himself, trade minister, by now should have resigned because you look at Guta's situation here and there, the trade is not going on well. But of course, I intertwined. Many vice president at the moment should have resigned because Nyama in opposition before the 2016 election, it is coming back to haunt you. Every now and then, then in social media, Google
sure.
And
as a reference point.
As a reference point. So it is only the president who sees nothing and hears nothing bad about the ministers and all his appointees. But only him. Go and check. Say, when was the last time you released a financing common funders a day?
Yeah, to the assemblies.
To the assemblies. These are statutory. But saying and they are downgrading a view. And all these things will make cost of borrowing higher for the country. And international investors are taking their money away. And that is the more reason why the reserve the air shrinking.
Ever form.
And to say reserve never form here. Of course, that is what is affecting the city. And we will see good.
But one will also argue that yes, we are experiencing the amount of bobo but it's not peculiar to Ghana. And before say from 2017 these same ministers were around, but the indicators, economic indicators were very good. Ghana was not doing that bad until the unexpected happened. Okay, fuel prices are and Ghana and Kwana across groceries, food near their day across go baby, and they might have a window to escape the blame in totality.
So, I making such simplistic, illogical argument. Argument and for me illogical and insist. What about Cote d'Ivoire? Are they insulated from COVID and Russian war? Omampeni otosumienu Yoruba umia ubeye public way o say eniema enai and I cause your problem and 9 who the 50% in my previous government the other 51 for what is international we say SS capacity and they have asked you guys bring the details of SS capacity that we are paying. And also a way. Cleaning up of the bank system. And the wrong decision that we took is still haunting us. Because Omo will take you over here. They have still not been able to settle the people. You needed 9 billion. You ended up spending 25 to collapse banks. Local indigenous banks that were creating jobs. Unemployment. My colleague Barco, I can't tell MPP for research or excel. Unemployment, any road sector. I didn't anyway ever bring MPP down if they don't work at it. And it will come. It will come. But our deficit is the highest, 15%. I've seen a good rosa because COVID is the buyer. We overly spent on the elections because intelligence a buyer. Actually, said the MPP was not going to win the 2020 elections. What did we do? Then we came up with interventions, free water. Electricity, don't forget, you will have to pay for it. Yeah, nothing way or buy no worker said. COVID is going to put the Omotebrano or Sunday, my own spending. Mobia say. That is the hole that we have dug for ourselves. And so if you blame everybody else other than yourself, then you are not a good leader.
What do you suggest needs to be done?
We need a total overhaul, a reshuffle, and bring in new faces. Let's see how it will go. Because the president that we know, what the nickname is Nana Showboy. Nana Showboy, which means an action man. So what happened? But of course, there are so many other reasons. The president, for me, is not in charge.
But do you also accept the fact that before or the first 2-3 years of his administration, from 2017 to 2020, they were doing well?
Till the previous government went to IMF to gain credibility and stability. And it was for 3 years. 2015, 2017. And that brought stability. And no, by 2016, no more to solve the energy crisis. 2017, before 2017, IMF and the World Bank projected say by 2017 we will see a growth rate of over 7%.
Mm-hmm.
It was not the current government making. It was the investment and the stability that IMF created for the country, because at this point in time, it means you are spending strictly according to the dictate of IMF, because if you go beyond where now, you fall foul of IMF regulations. So the MPP won the elections. So we were still under IMF program 2017 to 2017, and then realized and said we still had more money to take from IMF. We extended the program by another year
to 2018.
The IMF country, yes, 2018. And it's in by 2019, yes, started say you boy bra, and no in the bank of the World Bank. A catcher say the indicators by 2019 before 2020, they were bad. The figures on the ban were bad. That was when Furata and Co. were raising bonds here and there, $2 billion, $2 billion this. So it has been oversubscribed. And you're wrong. So people are warning them, be very careful the way you are going. But because we had rebased the economy, it created the impression, say, a quiet that way bit a Jessica,
okay.
But you see, we have a lot, by 2019, the indicators were bad. And then COVID exposed us more.
So let me take you to IMF for Ankasa. I'm on their Facebook wall now. Latest World Economic Outlook Group projections are Omaye. I think the first 8 countries, US, European area, Germany, France, Italy, Spain, Japan, United Kingdom, Canada. Over United States, in 2021, they did a projection of 5.7. In 2022, Omri they call 2.3, and in 2023, Oma projected 1.0 growth rate and the amount. Germany in 2021 was 2.9. In 2022, Oma Momo 1.2, and then in 2023 they are projected 0.8%. Italy 6.6 in 2021, 3.0 in 2022, and 0.7 in 2023. United Kingdom 7.4 in 2021, 3.2 in 2022, and 0.5 in 2023. When you suggest I don't know a global experience be an kwaso enye Ghana nkwana say o mai bi nkwa enema one year, because even if these countries are reducing their projection of growth rate, then it means challenging what baby ana.
It is very easy to simplify it in that manner. What about the African countries that are growing? How come Ivory Coast is doing better? This European West.
I know one of the best African countries, economy very good, Egypt. Recently, borrowed about 80 billion and still running to the IMF.
Infrastructure, infrastructure, ketwa. Reals are more constructed, now,
but you admit they have also been hit with something.
The effect is there. The global effect is there. But if you have a government which accepts no responsibility of decisions that they have made, then there's a big problem. There is a big problem. So if the president says he's going to rebuild the economy, we just have to hope and pray that that is the case. But we share your budget review, nothing shows that we are really cutting expenditure. If you listen to scholars and experts in the area of finance, that is what they are telling us. There has not been any substantial cut. Government is still ready and willing to spend. Now, see, I'm obsessed here, provides $750 million loan now. The government will grind to a halt. How did we end here? With COVID, COVID is at a friend saying 0% interest no but rapid finance IMF nearby. What was the percentage? It's insignificant. But because it was an election year, we mismanaged, and this is where we find ourselves. So it will take some number of years before we'll be able to recover. I just hope and pray that at the international level, the prices of crude never buffer. So price of international crude the air buffer there, then obviously deregulation will work here. And that in itself, about transport, why the aquaform. There's spare parts no one back. In Tanzania, then maybe people will have some more purchasing power.
So do you agree to the fact that the international price of crude oil, are contributed to the price of fuel? Your ton of my is here.
Yes, but Cote d'Ivoire also a two fangwebi. The headline no is about 3 or 4 cedis cheaper than ours in terms of a liter. Our deficit to budget deficit 5% or so. Ours is 15%, the highest. So what about Togo?
What about Nigeria?
Nigeria. It is because Nigeria is because they are subsidizing. They are subsidized. That is why they are having shortage, because the people will go on rampage if they sell it at the market price. In today, no more to say top fuel at that later rate, which is equivalent to a here in the naira. No more
Okay.
I have a colleague lecturer, Professor Zuma. I was trying to say, if that were to be Nigeria, the Nigerians will not understand this. They will go on rampage. So yes, we cannot insulate ourselves from the global effect of some of these things that have happened. But it is also not an excuse for our bad or abysmal performance. And
okay.
Our leaders are by and large to where we find ourselves. At the end of the day, so what's a global? And I'm going to fuel station. What's a metro fuel? Me catch a full attendant and say global effect in Temeso. I was told,
but obviously nobody will do that.
Nobody will do that. So I need to see my government say within the next 6 months we are going to, for example, engage all best farmers in the country, those who are good in tomato production, those in adoa production, those in pepper and unkorba. We are going to give them or guarantee financing for them. 6 months, produce, feed the buffer stock. Students at SHS or free SHS and teachers over there will not be saying they are going to close down or shut down the schools because the food is unavailable.
Okay. Sira, pay. Right. Mr. Jonathan Asante Ochre, Senior Lecturer, University of Cape Coast. Dr. Samsonoma want to join the discussion. Foko monfrone mame kwame di kamu bepena mame sisia na many Dr. Samsonoma also head of the accountancy department Kumasi Technical University na me no abon komo why not to also yonko I'm enjoying the discussion. I'm receiving a lot of messages in my inbox.
Obia person kabi.
Yonko.
Eti yonko ne toto na empanifo ne so entimi kabi. Na yendi akwantempon so ne emampani e de aso akobo fam nti ni nyina e ba be hyase amatimemufo so afili akwan papa. Eno so de no eda ha. Na amampani gusua kasa o se economy no emfa woni ba bia kwakodro se won twetwede o se eye de ebeyo enye dan a gidie wo ho se besanso ejina ne naso bio etanopei daily statement nso de ono nso de baaye no
yamfa chronicle braso sam de bokata no ntoaso emetiefo na Oya chronicle the bokata no animu a era no pay wono nso de bia ba na nasem a wode aba na o chese kitase hene ase asumdwemro akuapem mpesia so awasem wodi aba eno ase massive rot at GSFP nti ose Okay, nti say former minister be a boy. No SMB nti they say there ma me kwashiga.
Yeah, that's a answer some class here say. And to boy no need. You see, sometimes they do this to either the NDC or MPP or whoever is in government. And I say, boy, no need former cover or former minister's boy. Boy, no need. Say, who no see?
No, MPP bufu. Say, Oboko bi wasema. Now me phone mum and ya ba beto krata anim. Nti oja pa. And I say asofo a hwe sikasem tetwe so nimfoni na dase ha no na SMP for global rating na wo yede bae no no so what na sane rating no wasem or the above to chronicle the bokata no
into where we mama find that the bokata and so ento so na no pay and some me ensa pe and a mede down e wo find that the bokata and mu no be bese special kwese Peter and an infonyini eda hoi ye rakisi ejabe na la bianca na mami ni Pietro atweanwe Office of the Special Prosecutor CCR no or the Sembiaba what rese hwehwem brane wo mu de egu apono so a eno so no pay krata first also 9 e wo the find mu eno so de no eda ha na
papa no ministry na nkasa no menti ase bibi ha adwe wo ministry ho
mo nyam news bela mo sere ko
etina etrese yet waso a krata feto sundubu so na ECG ene no pedifo trese ukole gompa na important mo a illegal connection kwa so bet thousand enipa bet thousand ye chire
ninga na nkazi kafu etite
eno enye no ni asemo
no gano ne Westland ho ni adade
hodo mo
na there's kafu so there omo the illegal connection ye there
ze one no scam de bitia brane pa ye ntumi me ne fa yetiko wura ye num na ye ya yete ase ha na ijazo ngufo ye etua
omuso na yusi ni market ya kasi is the go for fie ba ko a ko ni se bobo ho no be 40
enya asem ketua
ya washing machine ye
microwave we ni ema wo mu yusu no ho no
ye na ye one bulb no kra blue bulb na ye yete ya ijazo ngo he ye na ye etua saa we nyina efe etiti ano no de anezo so enie ana afe yendi so amampani aso awode akobọ fom na no dakrata na nim wo fe afi mpemienu eni eduonu mienu imo hye bo se akwantepo afe enti obi a benya ne chefa yendi fo so eduru won mo so krata fe so mienu e wo the finder the obokrata nim ene de sansam no bi enso so ebaaye we ana
ne na ya mfa front to aso
say we ebi wo ho
ti ne yenkwai na new crusading guide on na ya mfa no to aso metiefo the new crusading guide nso di biaba ayeba oni paraba
o se say
CVM boss
Razak Kojopoku Razak Kojopoku
na Razak Kojopoku no chese SM
Concerned Voters Movement boss tackles credit rating agencies over questionable ratings.
Anti
rights.
Anti not just one finance ministry for adwen pa anti kwa wo mo fa so rating no ase bibi wom ase adwen bi pa adwen po bi ta chire bi sei eno wasem ho na special prosecutor so anam awatu so e de wa ha na ye say Coco Rose no contractors so omo say aban pe kakra ma wo mu eno so wasem e wo ho nti ne wasem anyen.
All right. Dr. Samson Anoma, good morning. Hello, Doc, good morning.
Good morning, Linda.
Na apombo ko de
Nyame adom boko.
Eda nyanko pase. Sesia na menewunia lecturer baako with UCC, Mr. Jonathan Asante Ochri, ebo enkomo about Mampani reshuffle then ya tuamu ebedru Ghana's economy, and he thinks yes, COVID came, Ukraine and Russia war no had its own negative impact on the Ghana economy. So no at the end of kwa nkwoyi yentimi fa nkonkwose enonkwa. Other African countries are doing well, so why not Ghana? You are with us.
Yeah.
And you seem to disagree with him.
Yeah.
Why?
The woman say a celebrity or cano na fact no yashim and different from one me okay be say 2020 no can PP ever co-position or because country have mismanaged but or move sika that is for election. That is in fact free this, and that is what made the government retain power. Me just say a completely false idea okay no enya dia person of his caliber or kasa election COVID-19 by well before election and programs no in almost igua kwam kran sana omo dwen election ho e di sa fact na wo de buy no ono chemu say enum na critical for election and after all these policies were meant to say winning the election. A force, a completely force that such a person should not come out to talk like that. COVID-19 by I expect March. Lockdown. The lockdown by was it a plan to ban by winning power now? I said no, because it's never be bad not on my or my so she said she be now try obey your man or money free be more. It don't cause after that no problem ba ya sa ku echi o be pasa na ma no near to near try say enu mum near the blast aban near permanent so me give aban born modern pa with lockdown say the manage ya COVID-19 warden off attack on my no this something I was a dimpo and some aban MPP aban whole world yet in Africa crowd is almost countries not a beauty as a Ghana with the way our managing COVID-19 meaning expenditure maybe expenditure no more a call as COVID-19 management no na a broso me who say COVID-19 management no ya discuss ko ho bebre nanka sika no this a broso me mum na me judgment no a broso but what wasn't with the mind there obetim dia after election in 2020 that is wrong completely wrong the whole media one can hear kra and afeso opesa odi Ghana compare Cote d'Ivoire no and the Ghana system the way you operate what they compare with Cote d'Ivoire nye but what the Cote d'Ivoire central bank Cote d'Ivoire bank of Cote d'Ivoire what we did France South Francophone countries no so they almost manage your system completely different from our system central bank near BBA and managing what I say so anything problem sorry but when I pull up and never almost France for the manager and never more economy no nina no manage database almost central bank no quite fast no almost had a system a manager more economy no locally so well and you something almost fight to say freedom and economic independence into on one side. It is always Ghana Hano and the association from independent time I am say also the flow of our currency exchange rate. Check it, how money supply. Manage system no. Different. And factors be factors be now to compare. Even Cote d'Ivoire, the World Bank, you can work IMF. I want to be alcohol even before say alcohol. What I say?
Okay.
You know, I never do on my compare as a mismanagers when I buy no take what the 50% blame on my previous government or the 50% on my others. Now I don't blame me. Me person who say blame Ben and ban on far. which is all mentioned, analyze our blame.
Okay. Doc, may I say, now we are still on the economy. About some 6 minutes ago, this is what John Dramani Mahama has posted on his Facebook wall. Now, I may read it through, then I pick your response. I say, there appears to be no end to the problems with the Ghanaian economy, with the recent downgrade to CCC plus, stroke C junk status. The steep depreciation of the Ghana cedi in recent days clearly shows that the media review of the 2022 budget failed to win back the confidence of the investor community and the Ghanaian public. Unfortunately, no credible remedial plans have been put forward by the government to salvage the economy. A national dialogue on the economy, bringing some of our best brains together, will serve as well, even as we prepare for debt restructuring and negotiation of an IMF program. This is John Dramani Mahama.
John Dramani Mahama, yeah, no, because the Africa has from some opposition. Best brain in Ghana, bring that best brain in Ghana, best brains. I'm going to in Ghana. I'm from the Oka, no. Standard and Poor has downgraded by, and yet anything new. French and Moody's had already by, I think around February, March. Omide by who impact in yes, face it. No, now much Ghana cedi and the dollar no, say rate or one can also. They are almost now parliament here, almost more acquire a man and for so almost sovereign bonds. Oh, yeah, or maybe you music and Yinako. And my Ghana a day of the pre dollar at Yamoka. I'm a dollar short to a system. I'm a dollar exchange rate in the city. No, I cost last 10%. Or more extra, yes, our parliament. No, yes, I bought up on Ghana. Sabaya, a bino, Sabaya, a bino, and in the grassy. And no, they're on count, and they're on Kanda. Or we are not already panano. No, but Facebook. We want the best brains. Best brains. Yeah, free number. Best brains. Are they not thinking? Are they not publishing? Are they not proposing? And only a person who say they are more than the best brains. No, and to almost now out of the Dramani power. And your power. Not the best brains out now. They should come up with the proposal. They should publish their views. When you say this are their alternatives. Now, best brains. No, I think the government is also hearing, listening, and they will also take what they are saying into consideration. Now, they put the best brains. I don't think that the Mama is making any sense. Anything on every time that is what he wants to say. Let's bring the best brains in Ghana, best brains, but I don't know where they are.
Doc, may I say no pay?
All right.
Nami aduma Monday Bishop Dr. Samson Anamano. I saw any fuku some of we ana any monsoron koi mama by why I saw any fuku no omawi mama na me homra me ba Dr. Samuel Afiye George Akom Isha Chebrobe will deal with the economic issues no and how to pay pa. It's one moment a lot of messages in my inbox, you know. Ishak Eba, never be doing come. I'll be with you very soon.
And the common young can then you have by Mr. Ayado Papa. Said you're not
Dada Free.
Yes, my boss.
Mache.
Yeah. Oh, by the grace and the mercies of God.
Great.
Yes.
Abusuafo nyina ho ye.
Oh, nyame adumu bia ho ya. Chese na me na obesra ye na ne ho mfa no nti. Na because no na mebusa ne se ni fie me friend se si ansa na me ba. Na tu na se wu fie na go dis so ni fie on kayo. Inti na me na wo chronom ba me ma
me busa yensi ase okai ni date of birth I was say okai say ye wo no ade bisi enti wo ka de kona che ma ko yi akura ade ni si ye enti me hu na me hu the date of birth na okai say sa ade ni si ye no ne ma me say ye wo no the be 3 days na dey see me nko hwe na kro no na time sa dey see na me be busa the date of birth sem na wa ho ni be on the man say when you 74 na say afekro no ni so be kro no ni me am na go busa day na me so I want to celebrate when you 75 no ozu oni the Monday me be ko am 75 wo ya na dem pesa me man bi amenye
na o masra no paper say na se wo fie di o se na ma bi a one na ti you know you go busa ma me no na
when you check me no nya adwire o say on gas me ne nya adwire the o kan say the o kan me mfa and I say ya mate
me chare sometimes they are interested and I'm saying I hospital so say no kwa no aka kire say onim nti de mo de be man bia na waje the obebro 85 nti me chane pa
akom na design
anyway ba me ho ye ba cho me ho ye pa
abusuafo nyina so ho ye
ai obi a ho ye
such a from prince ne bia nkoro so nkoro bi ndi de say
pe kasa me nka de dem
na de bi
enam kan ya na was
kubu me pe kasa
no wako azoke no wako isekura fumsuya dewia hamidu anyo fum de la hona mahemfu no na mti hode de bia me kan obi yanim
na anyunofi
sem de o se yo de pa
anyunofi din de me de pa
ye wada goma nso ho
da gomba
mempulisin nso ho
ene nkama mpuso na mnya ho ametena
ope ba ire na
ejia me pe masem edi mampusi die
ope
papa bi ntimenya ti mampuso ni pe na yese na watu mse fom
na da woni abranye pani na train tu a
some mampusi train de ka sem na me ye mate train edi hu mate nti ono na ye driver na me na me mate no ne ye kaguma chuku chaka na ye kokra
when one say historians of hunya ba na
train mechanic ye chema Wontumi
mechanic no say ya wona be ano mo spanner
ke tu so be bia kama
spanner bia bi owo bi multitasking the friends say multitasking bia obetimi ayebi when mama mincha na me mo wachi
right
eni akwa me dinkra ontimi me kan yensa ye ntimi anko na yie no but yes o twa nkudwa ne ngumako
ipa fufuru gwa ebeko
ade ma biem
say ye ni anko ye no pese eba
okay mate
ntu nya fufuru ebeba
ebeko
ntu de titi
mama mincha ma de share
101.3
ono meeting nka mama mincha no me ni behia na Jacobu nso sa madam funu me ne wo meeting bi kra nche bia me ne behia na ya dwempie ye ho me nchia na dan kwadwu bisan do wonso hini na oti nkakabo the second anyuro fi hini oni oba hima wo ho no na fe usu a na me ba hima so do bonso ababa waso no me nchia ono paper na me nchia berma safutu bakodia mo wura so hini na me chia chamfo champon babunu pa mamencha na tachi awoye bufon ase hene breman on dem ya me ba na onso so bodwuma so ma breman man pa me ba na no pa me chiawo me continue mo such a fan prince nyina da bia me se me nche na de mamencha mo nyina me mo body next time am the list ne be ba no
Okay.
To us into anybody with a match now.
Every year.
Yes.
PhD. Measures here free honum. We will resist decision to vote with only Ghana card in 2024. NDC. Is no so ababeka say enchimu ameminya idea. See new registrants no and oba umbubusa Ghana card. Yene wum sisi andi iwum. They think I don't know information was no more accurate than BBR intino. If you want to get a register very credible omugisu enoa a bit to me abwa. Baby omudisa ankomo ina IPAC NDC force you omonko omonsi honom da. After 2020 so na omusumbetu ho anamon omo plan that you go to court or do a lot of things to resist that. That's a free year.
Yes, I'm hearing about Medasi.
Kofi Bentil of the Imani Africa thinks is Adi Omoye they want to plan Ghana into a civil war. Say Omzumbi Ghana card as the only requirement for people to register to get
the idea civil war never come and answer
Kofi Bentil.
On or Becon and answer obey. Minim. Other countries, civil war when they are using Ghana card, they are using their own national ID. Sometimes we should not behave as if that it maybe belongs to Enkophobia. We may have a different view, different perspective. Fine, but you don't just use that and say the civil war or only one civil war. You don't. You are about to call on but make such statement just to make people and then take arms and go and misbehave. We don't make such statement like that. Anyway, our trainer dream, but I dream our trainer. A good so watch, but say civil war, everybody. I just couldn't make up and me tell one catch me who's watch it. Watch a boom will be happy. Brand I hear on a new Ninkomo and message Mrs. Quist was so in Bamen Cassanges and Mechiana. Yeah, Uta a bemudo.
Major so.
Mammy Penipa retired nurse or Fumesa Mechaupa and a man Lydia Fashions. My own body Professor Alfred Owusu, Dean of School of Business, Kumasi Technical University, and Professor Jumo. Professor Jumo, NCBR. And then whatever will happen. Hey. Yes, things will happen. Michelle Pa. Ghana card. I think may congratulate NDC on being consistent. Consistent in the sense na Ghana card and still now they have been consistent on that and they have to be given the credit for that. But it doesn't mean say it cannot be. And I have a problem in Ghana. Say bia, bibi oho ne bia no be nya and I say bia o different viewer. Yeah, na I say yehu say nipa kono say wo de wontimi entimi emma so and I say entimi enye. Because say wo opposite does not mean say adena ye no bia enye papa. And they be because I did be honest, does not mean so be a OGD, I didn't any ho. If you don't believe or you don't think say be does not mean so be OGD and answer any ho. We are sa new maybe unsia dear ewo new maybe ho. And if we ask no be anywhere or bit me akasa unim bibia. When it comes to the Ghana card, and I think as we all will applaud His Excellency the Vice President Baumia, it is now I say abeji hine kra me bikra say wan hwe ebe obeware kra na wan hwe ebe busa Ghana card because and the better information baby are free all the detailed information in ebetimi ameye hu and say because me free bossman I think bossman o interview no ka say NDC for anti adenasi no man ka say say new
afei na over register no
next afei na over register there you supposed to have Ghana card. Who need Ghana card? And I say, well, why dream pisse and yadia? Onya Ghana ni. because the eligibility of you say obetimi akono e wo ho akwanya ne wo ho whether delay ya sha se yenye ne and this time kromo enyoma yi na yi omo ho omu free ho ye mu sa authority no enti obi obey na adwe se bia be new register na we a new person now be just a new person no you require the Ghana card and that is the way out. And the better say we Ghana ni anase wonye Ghana ni na ye we na at the same time you say insist say any old way na na use there then there was the sense in improving our systems. And you know there I will and if say ayarga cross out there be so say support say easy for use way and that is the best way adie bi e be ma ye improve your systems no we have to do it to make sure there will be no need to say Ghana card lie because here wa bev registry more digitize now connected to what the national authority whatever system identification system now information and these are the things my economy no I was any elections said I bet me avoid all kind of when you Ghana ni and that conflict everyone who you Ghana near akonya no also call now Ghana card simple. So up to now why we say by the end of the year next year ebe pem say ye koto aba no still wonye ya and say that wonye Ghana ni I think say you can't call yourself a Ghanaian and that is the way out. Cote d'Ivoire for year current tales then enye omoda so ho na utiminya say think tank say think you no mbeka say BBC abento say civil war. What do you mean by civil war? Well, no cause civil war na answer why na cause civil war. What is the definition of a civil war? Or no be lead and answer why. Sometimes we should make ubetimi suggest ubetimi kan wa dream fine but you don't make that statement say we are nya enti ya nya anti civil ebesi ekrobe na omo akun wo sa de o yesa na ya kokko school anase nyame aduma yetimi enya knowledge bi kakra na any ya abuse ni o be too much. We think say we know. If you don't know, you go and seek knowledge about it. Obia wo kwan obeva so a obeti abusebusam obi wo ho a say yi ti akomti yi o ba bi wo a obetimi a kire wo kon ho bi a we no wasua. That is how we learn, so that we learn from each other. Won't ya nioma bi ase a na say wonyi nioma bi dia does not mean say the thing is not there and I say obi nimu nim de wo busa o mbekire mu ti ohine ba. That is one way and the person be ka ho ne say that Kokompe for party na electoral commission for ebeso mu yi mu free mu no that is the smaller parties no. I will agree to it. Say they should do it immediately at once.
Say mentiasi.
Political koliko for na omuwom no sa party maku bi na obu okra ne party uni office uni can say vision membership card kwa unso bia ye bi da. And these two parties, NDC and MPP, they are well structured and well organized. Ba obehwe ne nkrofobia be wurawuram. No bia won agenda bi odi wurawuram. The political party regulations are there, you know. I think say I will blame the EC for allowing the space for some parties and not because voting rights no obi ade the same. What be that? Say ye kotoa about IPAC. Now be here nebia me van say PNC kwadonko udike wan omu nyina be 34 political parties azu hwemu a de mu ni any structure ni hwe ebedu election no makopenti obi fi animu so be ko no obi dedem azu mo penti say office. And these are the things was easy and making sure so betimi yi sankrofo ni nyina free based on the criteria standard that nyina political party regulations e wo ho no munyi om free na so mo kwa form different party are fine and also be joining the existing ones MPP and the NDC then they join. But obi ntimi na bia a selfish agenda bi maybe ya ni recognize me yedi makoshe baby na yeso yedi washe baby no bitimi di present attempts ha bitimi yi as woni party structure oni hwe. So the EC has to what effect that kind of changes, you know, the criteria and beba no bia betimi enya sanity in the electoral process in our country. We will agree to them. Then we go on what the Ghana card agenda. So bia ube register with Difufra kofa Ghana card, and that would be the best way. Or hineba betimi aboying.
Okay, so LI 2111 National Identity Register Regulations 2012 was passed in March 2012 under the Atamils John Mahama administration, that is the NDC government.
Yeah.
The regulation mandated the use of the Ghana card as the only identification for voter registration. Regulation 7 of the LI talks about mandatory use of the identity card and voter registration was captured among the list. 2012. Yeah.
And now more, yes, I say the only
my man has met me. I can calculate my man from my friend now. On a fan to screen this one. I mean to me and go through na
the only card
and King Kai and so you know George Akom and so Abem so. I say mandatory use of the national identity card 7.1. A national identity card issued to an individual shall be used for the following transactions where identification is required. A. Application for an issuance of a passport. B. Application for an issuance of a driver's license. C. Opening of individual or personal bank accounts. Purchase of insurance policies. Purchase, transfer, and registration of land by an individual or a connected transaction subject to the provisions of other enactments. F. Transactions pertaining to individuals in respect of pensions. Then G. Transactions specified under the National Health Insurance Scheme. H. Transactions that have social security implications. I. Consumer credit transactions. J. Registration of voters. K. Payment of taxes. L. Registration of SIM cards. M. Application for public or government services, facilities, approvals, permissions, or benefits. And N. Any other transaction which the authority may determine and publish in the Gazette. Akom.
Na dia wakin kai dia say was ya omepon. Wasa ka omepon na ya wie. Na obia ntimanye ne bibia na opese wodi.
That was in March 2012.
Yes, it's there. Sometimes omo ya omo mpese omo be research ne se niam bi say ba na omo nkinkan ya na omo asofa na obia omo.
Yeah.
Omo say niam abobo osinya, that is the roadmap where they execute all the things.
And some George and his colleagues will go and stand there and say,
say Ghana for
Stubborn Academy, you know, go register.
But catch Ghana for countless times, say, Bibia won't be a woman feel money no more. Or anybody card no, ya de be Dijuma, a Ghana card, and say, Omushasiano, no, Omon Pesebaso. Now we cry and call some the asset that power man PP government, is that the no more anti-man. Nyame ya aduma adru yeso ayetimi aye, but the asemo alezia navani kan no na mefi say abem no say no opposition party has ever taken responsibility for their election failures. What you say? No opposition party has ever taken responsibility for the election failures. When I na penifo ka say untimu ne ma so ka shire nye nti o ma hyase e indication say I say ade no aye be ye no ba say MPP say dinkunim, which of course we want to break it and continue on benya bibi di aye de ahye no nti sa ne tede an hyase entutum futuro mu nkrofo ani Ghana card na nyanyam bia wo obi kwaje a omo de party card na kwaje say minua free yeti hey ne ba a wadi 18 years pese wo kwaje bia wo kwa age say the party color hye no ne yesi ye be ma no ana say ye ma no we dey encourage the right way beboa said that there be a social accountability framework say participation or participating be kura ne ka ho bi accountability and feedback and nature say bibia ye bia no so what this social accountability framework ne to hɔ also we do ho jim ba ye hyase ya na mo hyase tutu mfuturo gu nkrofo ani say Ghana card no mo nkonkoje now it has done on them mo hyase ke kansa ma mo nkrofo enya agidi o mu say Ghana card no kra say wokoje a obewu no eno no musuro say wan hwe ya na dodo no wankoje but nyamia ya dom the exercise is going to be a continuous one and this we trim fine na process is dey to aba no gidi say mu beda ho fine why are you afraid say bia wo mo bebam foforo no mo de Ghana card kokko register ompany ana say wo makwama enye only source document said the free year kai let's take our systems in perspective time I share about to us from 1992 cry say ballot was not transparent and I'm a any nkotunwa nuadakem okokra ne bigumu awunhu any improve ya de call a transparent ballot box of course you to us ma ID card kwa first na do to abano be a photo moso every year obekaya then we improve upon it put a picture on it finally we came to a point here the biometric devices me kra me key trainer wo mu ya to safeguard some of these issues where you should say I'm fed the transparent manner and to our democratic dispensation yensanka. Fortunately for us, MPP is in power, of course, which say yamfani ma papa mra ubi entiminga say NPP enye the best. Na yetimi ya jina brane since 2017 niema amwenti manya omampeni dada akufo shase ya ni yefese mu banka mu beto aso asa act ya wo kan mu kra mu beyeye. You couldn't do it. So now we needed to have even recommended or commended government for the bold steps omwetimi ayesade we say omuni bibi hihye kukuwa mu dia. Now if they want to resist this I want to say it's so kind of ununderstandable situation say omu beka say bia omunti ase. Yes, omu new entrance, new registers omu be wura mu a meka se omuntu abada eduro mu penso ana omu penso mu new card never Ghana card ne bra. That is where we need to encourage people now to go and make sure we be answer the akanedie. So this means over the years ni nyina no abato any registration no now they have means ya omu digina so ye. If not that be the case there it will be so strange to me. So Obeka said this time we are going through a transparent manner to get people onto a register an electoral roll. Now we say Ghana card here, which has been one of the source documents for now almost everything we far the robustness of the Ghana card in terms of the comprehensiveness near my waswa. There's no way say we to find any other document which will be more genuine, which will be more authentic than Ghana card. Ghana card or about data set guso ufa all aspects of our life, including geographical position systems in terms of GPS airboa now the network and then the connectivity linking up to other institutions to safeguard impersonation any other issues na yebetime gina so obetima ka say any document will be better than Ghana card. Ufa the biometric aspect even you cry no say fidia ye de to abeya me ka ho asema ka ne me kai I was a supervisor at Kumawu na ma ya say be omo ba ya na bia omo di cream bia ke kan mo nsa na no nti ye disenfranchise omo eno ni we which one will be disenfranchising people. I remember one of the times at one polling station as a supervisor am obodumase they called me so baby on nza to afidie ni so a emfa. We need to agree, but now we are going to use this to get the data that be honest will be crap as well verifier wukra na we part no betimaje now they are verified through all other data set ya ewoso it is a base ye tusa na mo papa we na aboa ma batwa ye to ayi wo hu akwanya se betimayi akandifo ni ye benya nkrofo a wo ye o manfo genuinely obi ntimi mfiri ni mamu me decide meto aba no wonko ni krum na hu nsusanso na ntansa no da Ghana fo so enu ntini ye pese ye nya a refined database. Of course, send you bit me jina brand na ye pese identify nipa wo mo na take decision ye impending for yet me jina so akasem. Sen koba ne sa na se krulu bi anim dia wo hene ba me na ensa Thomasum say obi a yesi obi di Ghana card enko abetima register nti ebia no nye the best way ebia aspect ya yebetime gina so aka se yebetime ahwe ho yie ne se yebebe se by that time a yebeye we ni nyina no na obi ansa kane de, and that is why the NIA office is taking all the necessary steps fa kwanu asan bia zo obetime gina so na watimi ahwese obi beduru ho no na obi anya ne de se genuinely wo obi na se obi create kind of artificial disturbances bia wo obi so onim se ade no yesu do onim papa no anya ye bone ma nti wo fa nko na wo beka se mi ni bi mi nyame de a eno na yebetimi aka se wo se nipa no na omwa the democratic system a ye build or maimu. I like how the EC had started on the fact say what started I was looking at some of the regulations here or they are call for say parliament behwe na waka ho asem, which we are waiting for the 21 sitting days parliament behwe na watu aso, which talks about the regulation 2021 ebema kwan me etimenya continuous voter registration. Enti yen kan say obi bia sabe why say obeto aba said the maka say obi a opese we akandifo, as I've always said, say bad officials elected by good people a masadi o metin suntudua hyase na baby obi akoko pebi na dani duru ha watimi atu anamo aba beto aba yi akandifo dan say betra ho na foreigners na e be decide amaye omo ba wie no omo beto aba ko na ekoyi nkrofo a say be oman no mpa na omo hawa ewo say ye de be govern oman ni ye na sa aba beto Ghana for so I will still support the call for say ye betimi aye. In any case, we hear the IPAC meeting omo year. I was so surprised. Saying this ankwa omo sabi si echira omo ene omo kasa say omo ma ekwan. Unanimously, all the other parties agreed to the fact say it is one of the best ways ya faswa if ye be mabatu nu kura da ho fine. Say ye pesa batu nu da ho fine wa hineba say ye gina Ghana card so the ye nedru ne time bi aye pay information even if you want to call for the voter register na ye synchronize it with any other systems ye work radio verification akwanya so ye dey ewo ho. So we or some of us there, we still support the information system and the kind of improvement ye dey by electoral system, which of course omunde omunsusu said o ha beba no yesu so nim say ho ene ye fa basa ye wabatu menyina tu betwa ebia na bibi okukuamu a ye nim yesi ni frani wo zo betu boabo a ene ba na ne nan esi bibi so ntisa ade a ewe de nka said the mpanimfo kan me na nadwo akomata aka so bia no ho chirifu asempa kodo ibi ni because ye koye no said the wedding aka no any discrimination so wahini baba ye say ebia or ban party attraction ti ye ma no NIA card ni bi is open. And let's look at the socio-economic value of the card no cry ye ka ho asem, especially to other people are omu ni bi. And they say wow bi whether you are going to take it to vote or not no e masa de we may show or so anka say we yet because ye shase a omo twiro kude say omo nkrofo nye omo sa form hu twiro because they had seen it said that bia no it will be one of the things that ye de beto aba na said them din ka kan say untimi uniema na so ka shirinya enye say wo begina sa we so abe kansem ye nyina ye hwe the peaceful aspect or peaceful atmosphere o man bi nya se ne ye beto aba na sumdua aba na ebinum ahyase tutu jagum zeze de na Dr. Free ka se benti akokan. We don't have to do that. We yes na je we shen grofo kutupa and into na me ko to Jesus no political party had ever taken responsibility of their failures and ye ntena ho emma o mumfa wo haw emma meto o man so bra kwan papa wo ha ebeti magina so the air registration.
Have you been listening to the executive director is the executive secretary Professor Atifa?
Yes
on Ghana card no omo ma be register me fa omo card omo corrections also mo ye and then omo so kompo afi no mo ba abeye bi no ene what they are doing planning say betime ma asevu bia also no na me tie no I think is it UTV
yes
also mo fro bisa na card I ready o meje ni pa kono so mo send ni ska
ansa no afa card and
he is surprised
very
yeah now so extension of the re-registration date now no the numbers at the office no are reduced Ubiamba onim say in the last few days 4-5 days to September 30th no ombesa be masse abiu one offices wonim no at a point in time I say yeah normal registration no na omu 30 people a day target omo dia ma omo offices ndi kwa no muntimi meet
On say my catcher said,
why are we like this?
Said the Aminu Shaki Kase, what Casa for financial sector cleanup and a banking sector cleanup.
Yeah.
So fine there. And Yama Makafa, even publications in Kuamaye, even with regard to the protection of the card in terms of say a year or say smart card. You know, some people also had a problem with the fact say how or mobile handle because a binum de buyer only say chip on a woman embedded chip. Ube head say mudi kotu to quench near the idea. Nini to me say no. But utie ya papa ati for prof said the work and the last time I who statistics no more mukutabi one more timikra meji or more Ghana card ni two or more but they had never gone to the telcos to do it. And until the last time I think Mr. Dr. Freya was here, myself and Foucault. Now ye can be to say so many panim few ha cry no na was meji or meji. And how many few her cry now so may register or may register. That was why we were insisting, say, see at the time on so because the exercise was a continuous one. Anytime you are ready, activity, but we gave them the benefit of the doubt for the reasons here, needing with genuine cases. And I'm there, say, Papa Tifu and near Bray, no person will expand the access to the system. No, Mia, Nipanun Timina Baho. It will call for update, regular update, or more issues with their names and what have you. Until or anybody in a near ye come once and say, any party with Jano, so when you pa, obeya dia or no pair emfa and yama papa emwa the national discourse. And internet mran so a day ewoho. And this will maybe I want me for so mra, and yama say be nitimisi. But the same people no are ye cano, or more ye who near walk. Some pomuchunubum when you are mumu. But always we need to look at it from the general perspective. Say, any padudu one so here side and do bomb who buy net say all this year, the vulnerables, especially the NI card with the SIM card re-registration, woman, bukata. And Intikra and Cyber Security Act 2020 passed so that we could have a cyberspace. I nipa bi omusika gusu and the horn and crofosika gusu. Say, will be a mobile phone cry an account. Will be a sick or a bebo home by. But oh, my yenti, young corona system is so vulnerable. Now, on crofon fasu musica. Now, how, and I still agree to Madame Osla, Miama Diana, say, one here now a drew time noir. Ye bema system no a drew time ayatuma. One has will be a all right, but your member. Mbrano nya dey enye djuma e binu how he ba say dey wo kan anu a ye ka say ye jai the deadline no a obia no deadline so bia say jai ko e be kan ansa say dey wo kan ya na enkrofo hyase e tu honamo and in any case the obeye bia na manyofo benya kwan because they want to win political advantage. That is why I've told many people all the time my main mantra say the political misinformation and disinformation is always a threat to good governance. But ye ni ehunu ye man na ye nuanu omo ani abre pennyema ebeboa o man nkanko. Some of these issues no say be wo how man ye nyina eja adaje na ye kokoye ye de moving forward yes say ye nuanu ma omo susu ka bi ewom omo be encouraging growth than trying to distract the saboteurs and the distractors here na nzeniema eba febo man no mo twisinsan. You won't sit down for them to throw dust into the eyes of the people. Ubi abinya kwenya bia yen cancer papa. Although the opposition is there trying to capitalize on some of these things, we need political advantage. But at the end of the day, as assume you know kon owefuaze as I say na bebre intimidie Georgia koma kwaje medie menuanu ma encourage them so bi anko kwaje ne die obi a office na ni abra o believe in the digitalization say the vice president enam ne so a to anamo papa gentry hano on hwese saade a wo beka no ebebu na bem is a very perfect areas ya ye hwese bitime gina so na abama o man areas bia eniema bi koso a yenhu ye so can yes so we want to have what is called the smart city said their mind be the can yes so a baby obi abefa bia no ye hwe nansa wodu ani asachire some of the recoveries ya yenya in terms of systems ya ye wonti a. That is one of the surest where economy aye can bit me agigi sky minugu na yetimi di bia chichiri because say we jane sa na in modern economies and was we be call that brick and mortar type of economy enya dey say we bit me akọ because ika agi ensemo a bi kra yentimi ensa na nyina ya dey bebo enti ye besre say voters registration, especially the continuous registration, you know, you be nyina be di ani be di akiri. Now at the same time, kwan ye be faso a electoral register, you be a refined and a robust one and an integrity one a bit me aboa mas ye de to abani ye can before him sampa genuinely Ghana for and a to abani mumenye foreigners.
But I say Senior Ishak Che Brobe
Ohineba Nana
Siedu.
Senior Ishak Chebrobe.
Prince Papa.
Mache.
Ya me dear.
Napum.
I mean, I'm pie bon also.
Adum.
Good.
Adum.
Good.
Ghana card. Voter registration exercise. Ghana card SIM re-registration exercise.
And that's it. How do you think Jama come? Nanko come na ni din ni ho na mo se. Nanzo so yanka bi enye ye. Oyine ba formalization of the Ghanaian economy. The integral part of the MPP's manifesto. Say ye din hyehyɛ gu akwam na enipa ye wo man mu ye properties a ye wo man mu ye nhyehyɛ ne ye nneɛma nyinaa no enya dia ebesie na ɛho akontabuo sɛ opress button bia wotimi nya saa nneɛma we se no nyinaa ye no eye fapim kesipa bako when you look at MPP manifesto and in particular economic management. Formalization of the Ghanaian economy is a key pillar in the MPP, Organization kwa na nadu dan kwa kufa twa budget a esombo emye de ya ye be service ka more than we need to finance free SHS. Diana mimi kwame robe manfo ke cancer niema no to pay free SHS. Let us review one ababan ka enom ne yi. The very thing I betimi aya ye betimi di I reduce even costs in financing free SHS it's through digitalization. What is it? School feeding program digitalization is on the way. Now why our friend is a buffer stock ye no one digitalize the buffer stock and see if you cannot deliver at a cheaper cost. At the NHH. Na yen kasana ban hyehyɛ ekosu ni nyina no. And say free education is free TVET na yɛhyɛ mu kena na amanfo nyanti aseɛ wɔ saa na montuo ya yɛtui ɛnyɛ a platform no so da obi de beto so aban boka ɛma yɛde offend saying property addressing system ɛnadeɛ de chatare dan ho yɛde obia property address tataro ɔkwabrane so na mɔkye otutu akwakwakɔtɔn di or the my friends a scrap. Now scrap with the senka scrap with yes son form. Yes, it's a scrap no yes son form. Yes, it's try your friend says scrap say a tardan one near why. And if you look at the person or why property addresses are yedi atutatare adan you could see clearly say sakora we sub impredious when your opportunity say obeko class 1 crap. It's very clear. It's written in on his face. And you can't develop a country like that. And it's about your attitude. Now, SIM re-registration, no be DQ more. ESLA announcement in the bar say you're deferred for the next 2 months. Now, no free queue no coffee. Or DQ more. Or DQ more. So 2 months in the other. Meanwhile, let us clarify. First 1 month and they free. Second month September from 1st September no has to block certain services I want sign the anchor. We've got to be tough on these issues. And yes, sir, it's very sad. Sir,
yen hunu ba bia aban no pese wode yen efa. Look, Electoral Commission. Omo babe twist yourself completely outside. Na dear run boss masari eka yen krade ye no krade nye no kra no be follow. Enye no be follow. Adia ube use national ID card na edia ye has nothing to do with electoral register na biometric register ya da hoda data no has nothing to do with it. Yeah. The Electoral Commission can say new registration omo ye omo 18 years any omo anye bi dada omo eye no samri no wo dia wo ba dia wo the national ID card neighbor and was we change voter register oh say voter register for no dia ye den na oh David. Some media houses pan the way they also position themselves and carry information and go out there and interview people. On one kasa question na o busano question na kasano, it has nothing to do with the issue on the table. What is wrong with some of the excuse me to say so-called journalists? As if say abandon was a voter register for God's sake. But let us be very clear. It should come to a time where you use your national ID card as the sole ID card for voting. It should come to that point. In the same way, I met me a family card, no, sir, me kwa yisika, me wa bank besa me ansa, and so me this card back and I be access to banking services. Medisha ayinmo na busame banka me wo na ma choose bank no me choose bank ni wi a na afei eno ano na me di so na me di so na ma bo me pin number blah 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 na me yi enti se me kura ayi me mo bank bia din o mo metua ska bia ma yo ha se metua bank A bank B bank C bank D me kuta o nyina card na ye bottom pafu je se de ska bi na wo mo enso bank card nkwa
o de sit down koko
ai enso bank card nkwa. So na card ahodo why you driver's license wa national ID card no say multi-purpose use. This is how you build a country. Election 2012 it cost Ghana each voter be $13. $13 per voter. Now 2016 $13 per voter. During the election, say Ira John Muhammad. Exactly. The following year, 2020, cost per voter about $7.50. See, you see a national ID card near leveraging to, or friend is saying, Electoral Commission, the database. To the extent that national ID card no then becomes the sole ID card for voting. You bet me a BT, the United Nations or World Bank standard of $5 per voter. And perhaps Ghana will be the first country, maybe or BT standard and as a benchmark of cost. So the path that we have taken, every country in the world, they say, is looking at Ghana, say, Yabe, the shining star, of digitalization. As a matter of fact, Ghana card ye leveraging to ye mobile phone numbers. It's going to be a breakthrough in terms of fighting crime.
Yeah.
It's going to be a breakthrough. Say yes, I was saying 41 million phone lines, mobile lines, 41 million. Now 41 million no, ebi were 3, ebi were 4, ebi were 2. Ghana dem say omom the minimum no cry na you 2. Ni hunu obi a was in the phone number e ba akopɛ. Whoa. Ana the oje phone no ne no obehwe no na mienu cry say redundant. 2 pen no use. Me glow yi it is those times no asem kwaji bi. It is o kan ka ho a wo ha ho. So and I'm say 30 go nso me number bi eno nso ka this is say mienu na aka Vodafone ne MTN. Do kind and the same money na so much be weeding now from the system. And sana womo afa kwati kwan so a womo anya chips na womo de bokro no nso no ye no nso no yebetimi awidi sa na money na everything. That data no na wo say wo de plan bibia utimi de plan. Ye no na esi ye hunu obi atimi say ye etimi hunu. I mean alajiba omi aka na nsan ya say we are moving gradually to a point where the credit system ebeba o my Ghana. You know na mabroche ye de no.
This factor ko from India.
Market ba enyama medri. Me wo credit card. Credit card no metimi de call cash point etimi iska. The time bia no man no na productivity any activities, economic activities, tambia na ekoso tambia na ekoso because I don't need to wait for my salary before I spend in the economy. Very soon, different same bank will charge different customers different interest rate because the mimi credit score and my credit system is very strong. Maybe be edana kwemu. Me risk of them. And me bank because oh no, me I can't negotiate here. That's not okay. Me and negotiate for my interest rate. Me proper interest rate. I'll just leave you and go to another one. I'll be me cheaper interest rate. And yes, this is how you build economy. This is the reason why Muhammadu Bawumia has been my man from day one. Enti yebesre omo mutum futuro gu nkrofo ani efa offering saying sim rate registration ho say ye be use Ghana card near the kokoto aba. Electoral Commission hasn't said so. Ami je mensa na pamfo omo nkasa new registration koso no say ye use Ghana card. Na say yanya sa enema we yanya ne nhye a wo manyimu a oheneba said ye suni e ban esitie no say enhye bi ama ya mana ni ba say we nya we ya wuntumi nye we nya we ya wuntumi nye we nya we wuntumi nye we ya mfa sa kwan no ya mfa ye hye na ya mfa ho a yentumi achieve the person achieve on digitalization yentumi because nye untimi nya dodo no as on benya ntiase te se de free any akom ne yen wa say yenya sa ntiase no ese say o kwaji driver's license na woni national ID card on saka enye ye udimri ka kwa ye so kwa ye o passport we here national ID woni bia obedimri ka kwa ye o be a bank account we need national ID. O person will obtain a chip from any telco. We need national ID card. This is how you build a country. And the asempetia. Asempetia. Na yengina yemomode. But edruwa mame esla usu ekufu. Sa 2 months ne die. Edruwa Maninsiwa. Meninsi
no extension.
Meninsi wa. Na afei our friend say 1 month now was certain services so no mobile draw no. Fa wasia ye yo. It is when we all decide to play it safe that we create a world of utmost insecurity. Bibia o nyahwe. You know na di we no beto o man so. What you say? And governance is not like that. Unyo bia manin ni policy bia wo de ba bia. Basa nkomo ya yedie. Ye twaso na aban ye fem enye saa niema we ya formalize the economy no. Ansana wo ye budget, wo ye planning. What me aye no what me aye.
Okay. But I say Manon Shas free a come honum this time. Na yemirum Ghana's economy. Papa John. Then IMF also no a projection on my year on the latest economic outlook, world economic outlook, vis-a-vis the president's response to the calls to a reshuffle.
One as a mommy apostle of Mahmoud Bawumia.
Apostle of Mahmoud Bawumia.
Now you know they are fly pa.
Sir.
Apostle they are fly pa.
Is it then how they more anybody?
Me the back over come home.
Then how they man is
multi-system host.
Let's go.
Questioner or hineba nyene ni sano. A very, very, very intelligent.
Dr. Fia is jealous. Dr. Fia is jealous.
Why things are open?
Intelligent question, Ban Obusano. Was setting your mammy and son. No, say Kikabum.
Aye. Wait a minute, Dr. Freebecker says on Christian.
Wasn't another say? The ministers, you're solid. Reshuffle your man pressure. At the same time,
Papa John,
Moody and Fish, Standards and Poor, your credit rating, you're downgrading. IMF, Nkomo Air Courses is here. Reconcile the issues.
Yes.
Akom.
Yeah, born it off and crazy.
Your literature review,
yeah, good can tell back. Yeah, and yeah, Tassino said, Banyan for Besipani Kuni. When about with a young man said, yeah, did whom come over and forgive brace. No pay me baker and I'm an incrophobic Casafa home. And near my eye free abontin corner. And Nuna ye ginaso editor and a mobile, especially at the international level. And he said, Ukro Krumi ye, Nancro cancer and Paffa one, Nina no ever impact. I was said it would be a home. If you assist if you are busy, I try a yap papa. And some of the information a bunu ha ye tase e de kwabonten send ye be ya banya otiso yi hu be ye hi nanke nam so ne bia yakaso o man no kra ban no emo ne homodin na Ghana fo agina so ato aba etia ABNPP aban no wo fa ba bia na agiegu ratings ya de bia babonten. This is not the first time wa make us aba yakenkan bia na yetie bi, but wo bad realities in so the two are a bit different. You say generally we are seeing no ayedi, which Ghana is not exception. But say all the tutuns and yeni now we share baby a free by since 2020. COVID buy any the Ebenezer half of you have gotten to baby a bidra. There's no way I bit makase yen call challenges man as economic crisis. But there be no niema bino ediesin and so say or beye aquine. School ahodo a woboa se ne mu be pagya enema ye de gu akwa mu ewo ada sectors ni nyina ekoso but se ofa eno na ya nkrofo buza ze inflation no ade na ede ba we create me kan o masiri bia confidence say inflation ye me in any case internationally yesika semu a wo say akọ from any rating o de maaye no so what the tunsani ni na just supposed ni mienu a you don't see the margin say e bia do mo kan no kranka ba kra bia nka sika kra beto duane adi nki benya bi wo Ghana ha but we be kase wo power pump man was sisini ko mu dey we admit say yesika sem say den ki ye person ki nkoduru no ye nya nnu ho based on that nti we betimi akase bia ye more ye homody because globally be bia no akọ from and even if projections are who buy time of COVID buy Ghana baby na GDP dimrika duru na tiba from na even cry yes about 2021 ni nim se bia bibia no betuto na kwam na ANC na ye ba 2022 Ukraine Russia dey akoka say no akoye say gise odi wa no kosi sumina so ma NDC for no ye nyina no ye nim ye free mu aba but still aban no abon humodin in all aspect. Yes, binko nebi mranka nya de yepeni nya de adwene ope ne se binko hugya so but still abanon tina I say bia upon all the situations and economic crisis I wono enema wo ye no wajai me mete de bia me jima ketua every agina ketua
oje o mame
ma other statutory payments bi o ha bi o ha wantua kra enye yie e o se tobo ha na abanon because of liquidity na sectors bi o ha sika bi o se de kone nkoduru but most of the areas are sensitive to say ketua who defer 1 month kra na nkoma agi say di jatum ehye no no koswa akwan ahodo na nse wo president ba bia woni nam a o cut swords de wo ye commission no ya ni nyina wonwuma pa ye didi say sika num ne ye de ye ya ene ye twa so aba but say de bia wo kan no say the economy will bounce back ye nim say niema ye de egu akwa mu amidst all the other interventions in nyina no ejina ne kwa so na si kwa so ye betimi asore a say rating ni ba me mu ma be mo hene ba na minim say hihye no eba no ebe sa ba ma yakọ ye ni mete so akọ ye nso hwe na yakọ ma B+ na wo hwe ni mu se bia other subject bia na course bi be ma wo A nti wo keka ni nyina bo mu na wo GPA eba ko na ni mu a eno na ye be ka so wo bia wa ya de na so wa anya de nti it's time no na determine bia ba bia ye wo ba se o mampani dada de ono de enyam nwanwa se wo beka because se de o ka ye I said damn no we chiri na wotu a me ka se me bi kura na na dodan ka kufa do complaining about o man no se na emutie no ka chense o medi president then won't mean ka bi is o munyina adibi nyame ayadom we twa the first 4 terms na wo sa ba be wie the last term a ye the 8 years na wonu susu ahu amamu ni nyina mu and they say ye the tunsani ani a Ghana for aso ansuo aso ansa niema na omo wo ho economic indicators wo ho ani na obi a obese odi hu adanse papa bia be hu de edi papaye aba na se niema papaye de aba time an na bibia nsi ya na menuanom a omo yitire omo ye cold store omo ye dwuma o magazine na omo kofia omo kodasum omo kwadwuma obi koka ne nsahye ne demri fam because omo so ade welders omo nyankane a cold store fu asafo se de bia omo nsuni a enne kane agina so ama de bia ni timi nya kwanya kra nya bitu entare satam ye ko program kra de bia ni ehye suit any smoke because unya yon to so obesore na yedum no nyame ayaduma masa na eme nyina aba but wakwanya so etimi kire na dwen sane kasa de obi etimi kire na dwen and why president in so pen why former president obeka but ye heard the realities as compared with them at the time one no so wa ba mu a near the twins and yenia obia di adanse na se nipa bebrebe di adanse nya MPP fo nko obia wonim se di amamutie based on precedents any history obia nim se MPP ba ye sabe ohene ba ye ntinaye na se ono ne nim ba bia wote enti wontimi nka se mudi how ebeto no so se won family kan kwaya de a ontimi a enye fe na no afri ye kan ye ba ye no wose bia ye ba bia ye te no ena e bia ye nhuniye wose ne ministers no ebom ho emode but empanimfo akasem bebre fa se tembia ti kro nkwagina enti eno na ne ye hwese e bia nka bia obetimi aye nsakira ye but wose omo ye dodo no
anopai mene chama wontumi di nkomo na asem ne se oso no de mampani kan entiase ya wonya wo mu ne se mampani se idea onye na adwene eno nkyere se onka se ontimi nye kura
oyere ba wona kam di be wi
na onye na adwene se
ani
ebia ochina bi obetimi aye na oye no se in any case yese ye pe Buankra inland port enra a comment say swami interchange eba maternal blocker a sequel for over 40 years mampeni adarema ye second phase of KJTR Central Market Redevelopment Project no ye koso international airport enche na ye bibi reshuffle no say ama o de ye dey the asantima no say anema ne ba reshuffle no e ba say anema no yo enya and is a reshuffle ne man say anema no benya no the na asantima epe
good one
entino on the office say mampeni say onye na adwene na say o twen a ye ntwen na ye mom parentage na de ye hwehwe no se obeya mo man no ne bia so asantemize no yenye
oni ba senke ye bobola na you beat me shegu on dim ka so shegu do nti yenye ne nchen see hydrogen do shegu do obi anu ha obeye saada enti se ne wo kan output no ene bia obi begina so aka se e bia wo ho sese
senke bia nka me hwere se bia ishak ne bia
different ways of
minister bi na nka ya me so me konka ma wo se me bia me ko ho no na
enu nti ne ye sere sese ye atoa so na yetima break 8 no a ebia na beduru hokra na wo mu bia wo mu kra bi hokra no wo kɔ na ho megim enti the more ye betimi akɔye achi no enu na betimi ama saa ne ma ye hwe ni nyina abam senka bia ye reshuffle na nka bia ze akom ebia baji deputy minister for ebia communication any digitalization ka me ka be ko ma na output no okay ni fi say ne ma ye hwe ye nsa be ka we don't change a winning team but say the okay no eduru ba bi na office o sa bre de me hwe ebi kra wa set target bi so hini ba mu letimi bua mu ma me yes ani ma mu ye wi a mo nko home e te say ye bobo ne a should be 10 naira
ma mo ma bre wo winning team no ya sesan wo
yes so mu
ana obi pra
hini ba say woni ukobom match na home 10 naira utim kra me ma akobo bi aka 2 minutes no and unya de watimi achieve ne so na office wo sa time kra de sa time no so otimi no otimi
okay that's every year
yes
sir bremwai 4 minutes say dem dey ma come na e sharp so the 4 minutes a year me bishop Nana Bonsu.
Bishop Nana Bonsu.
Nana Bonsu. Mechano.
Sa minim no.
Unim no pa. Nana Bonsu. Mechano.
Yo bate.
Pasomame.
Ne meso mechano na kansa bodu.
Aye boafo.
So we wouldn't do him no.
And I'm meso mechia na nan kansa bodu aye boafo ne na na man kansa bodu.
Okay.
AKA Taliban Queen.
Ohene
yere Emporium. Ya ko hokotontoma. Ana says our fabrics yes we ne kaftan ya pempam si ya ko Millennium Plaza Asqua.
Sa
ohene yere Emporium.
Oh okay. Jesus na nama me kwan because me kwa minister meeting and Jesus na nama me say me nko.
Ode kan wasem.
Oheba. President akasa. But baby o ha me ne nya adwu.
Sa
adwuma ne de wo so system ne binya bi. I don't there's a fact because obi bo adwuma no mo adwuma so bo adwuma eduru ba bi ase tranchan na we sumra. That is how me binya bi. I think that is fair. It's fair. You say bia because if I say bia Ishak why ono so wo nkrophobia no so wo ne chain so enti opportunity bi ba na so ono so nya bia no ono so nya kakra and I don't begrudge the party members fight na say dem ohene ba ye join party say you join the party say opportunity bi be pie ne nyina na say e ba no bi nko a dia is so reshuffle no the president kan no kore say you party for ni pebi no dey no kure so mu pebi oh that is a fact ana when ba ye na so be a party
obi a wati be opesi ye obi dey man no mayre no oka
yes
reshuffle because dem say obi a on neighbor
exactly and it's fair because also onya bi and the party people have the right to say that I don't they behoves on the president to decide but say workers say bia obi nya bi any the party for no also be nya bi and they right so we also fight for say we also be nya ba bi ahye say be ya ye nyina to be on the fair ground nti Ohine what we are saying is yes we give the president fair but yeah sometimes president even though I have once said that will be or privy to certain information, but reshuffling is so a boa in the sense a manipa eskika omo because you cannot convince me, even though the president has said so. I will not be much more convinced that all the ministers are performing. No, it is a human institution. Yes. It's a human institution. And be depend the government vision and the government direction. Say bia your vision, say bia you break eight and I say economic direction, economic policy. Say based on that now who nipa ubetimi asesa. For the past 5 years, if the president want to change certain things, he has to change the team. Also, Odibi Kohana, and your man. Anna, it was a Nansaya Energy Ministry hono you free wa almost the same. We said Napo I could perform well in that place. It is also a bit me happen one aspect and I say area be ministries wo high be here ministry be wo minister be wo moduma. And again when it comes to the chieftaincy issue, say the pakone home fa no almost 7 months. And will be a deputy or you cannot perform as a something minister. It's in that case the president has to get somebody.
Okay.
I just a food day. Also, will be bebem. Let you see, ye boy, Mimi say, be a agenda, you can't come a coy and bebo.
Open gender minister. Oh, many way. Is that? Fabio, mammy, now, sir, that's a free idea.
Ohinaba. Question I was setting on opinion. Question here very deep.
Yeah.
Nah. The entire deep when say see an economy na yengina yi nana kufuado jitumsa but any interview or northern region or concede say o mana sikasem no nyina yi ena wasaya show on my Ghana say timwa emra obaye na yewo IMF o yusu omo na yedi free mo no the same team na ene wo ho nto areshe mu say yebetimi afri mo yenunti opposition form and pressure on reshuffle, and I think that team is still a formidable team. Yes, I have no problem with that. That is the opinion of the President of the Republic. And as a matter of fact, MP, yana se obi eti akonya so information available to Nipakro. Any perspective the way we see across board no yana tembia no yamana the benefit of the doubt say he knows more than we do. That's a fact. So I think it's becoming clear say some of his ministers indeed are more interested in their presidential bid. They are interested in 2.5 years no crown. In fact, you didn't transfer the bishas.
Sister Mamperina Casacriano, Mekaisa, one of his recent visits to Ashanti region, Okomenshia, or introduce Omono Monamino, Obo, Dr. Kutudi, or Katka Holmes, the Onuso president,
exactly,
or Balancha Martinez, already or Pedi Okra, Omuma Menko, or Mama Mebransina, or Mopen Macunia Eddie. So,
and the Yanona. Who made that comparison? Professor Jampo.
Yeah.
Was hailing former President Kufuor.
Yeah.
That was the angle he was coming from. Some aspect of his conversation. I do not think that there is no distraction whatsoever to certain ministers and more presidential ambitions. And that they are
vice presidential ambitions.
And vice presidential ambitions. And that, as a matter of fact, one more time, 110% is dedicated to the job that they are doing. A president will respect you. But in particular, for those that one more strongly they are on the ground, and their people are on the ground, and their researchers are on the ground. What was that this day? Now, the nation definitely is not getting 110% focus from them. Respectfully, Mr. President. It's a fact. So, and me, so long as so far as I agree with the president on the basis of his submission, on the part of something that is visible, that is very clear, that all president now you have also admitted, it makes it very difficult to reconcile the two.
In fact, when I heard it, I was like,
what you say? President can't wait. What can't we? What can you see anymore? Enjoy that well, to be very honest.
Sure, I'm with you on this.
Okay, and so make me feel say for those that are more presidential ambitions, that are very manko pusiga and go campaign on e-levy. Minimum or more sabi one more posters and one more billboards from Bolga to Boku to Pusiga to wherever that I went. Their billboards are everywhere. So, Mr. President, Mr. President, because they're very clear. One kasa two statements way. This statement we no bomo
just omu concentration at the ministries no cry no divided.
It is
omo president
it is no credit e ba ko pe
omu gonna guarantee for mo yomu nyina di
you been credit e ba ko pe wo be in time will be so I want them to say. And Nana, to be very honest with you, Nana, if
we will have another time and discuss this.
I agree with you
in detail. We have to spend more time on this.
No, almost free ones, so there will be cascading effect.
Oh, sure.
Obi free on obi akwa question, obi free on obi akwa question, obi free on obi akwa question. Then they focus 110% on their elections.
Classic ointment, eyenku, mebacho, pimples, foot rot, eczema, ringworm, dandruff, candida, boils, piles, and the kakanina. Offer 0500 799-433. Kolinaka ba Misty about Fedimensa ba have me. Or you know haba ni Felicia Bako and Sons ewe dum. Okwa classic ointment appear about for Ediaba no Ubenya Biato. Span 3 powers combined no antakaba and Ediaba for anti-aging. Opposite improve memory no mental sharpness. Increase blood flow within your brain. Unya Spanish Jinko capsules. Nemo Unya Spanish Gallic Master and capsules now. Swollen feet me pacho frequent urination, obesity, hypertension, treatment of sciatica, bad breath, halitosis, no, over 0266114111. Name Syria Company, our Lashibi, Shalom Sport, Community 19 Junction, one number here 0505 767-425. Mepacho, the attendance Oko Gapson Pharmacy, Emin and Tony Kewo, Eastern Regional, Obenyabiato, Takradi, Mensa Kumase, Apedankaba, Misty, BT Royal for the men, Blazer Qua, and Mama G. Mepacho, CD capsules, and no immune system booster, and after CD ointment, do the Sasa, na wanya apomodene mapa, na mamemrai, na memebo and komo, in